So I get a lot of emails from viewers. Hey, Bruce, I'm looking at buying my first Seiko diver. I'm looking at this one. I'm looking at that one. What do you think I should buy? I've got a good mix of Seiko divers here on the table, laid out from least expensive, $200 SKX, going on up to the most expensive, this Marine Master 1000, which is several $1,000s. So I want to share these with you guys, kind of talk about Seiko divers in general. Hopefully this is a helpful video for you, whether you're looking to buy your very first Seiko or your 10th one. I mean, it's a great brand. I love, the originality here. I love that these are made in-house. I love that these are all 6425 ISO rated, so you could take them scuba diving. In the case of these three, you could take them saturation diving if you're, if you do that. They're just high quality, well-built, well-made watches. And again, there's just a watch for you at every price point. And there's some things that Seiko does very well. Most of the time, you're going to get a crown at the 4 o'clock position, which I think is very practical. Your bezels are going to be fully indexed. So you got markings all the way around to 60, which is really handy. And the best thing, let me show you Lume Shot here. LumaBrite, in my eyes, is just the best formula out there. Most of the time, it comes in the green tone, but occasionally you'll see it in the aqua blue. And it's so nice to have good luminescence on your diver. And you'll notice there's a little bit of variance here between potency and application. Normally the nicer applications are going to be on the more expensive watches as opposed to the more entry level. But across the board, LumaBrite is just awesome. So I've got, the top one here, this top row, I would consider entry-level Seiko watches, and any of them are awesome if you're looking to buy your very first one. You don't want to spend a ton of money. The ones on the bottom are significantly more expensive than the ones here on the top. And there's some really good ones. So we've got the SKX, we've got the Turtle, we've got the Samurai, the Baby Tuna, the Monster. There's also one called the Baby Turtle, which is really good for those of you that have smaller wrists and you can't wear the larger watches because, it's just a fact. Seiko divers, they're substantial. They wear a lot smaller than their stated dimension, but, they are significant watches. My pick here from the entry-level watches would be the Turtle. I really like the Turtle. It's got that retro design. It's got a hacking and hand-winding movement, a decent bracelet, drilled lugs. And the best part is they have a bunch of different ones. So, when it comes to colors or strap options, limited editions, special editions, it's a really good one. So I would say that, you're going to spend around $300, but you're going to get a heck of a watch. But yeah, all of these five here on the top row are just really good if you want to experience the brand for the first time. And you can get some really cool stuff too, like this Samurai has an amazing textured dial. This Tuna not only has the steel blued bezel, but a ceramic shroud bolted onto the case to protect it. There's some really good stuff here. Now, the bottom row is what I would consider Seiko's mid-level to luxury offerings. And you're going to get some features that you wouldn't necessarily get on the more entry-level watches. So a lot of these will be coated with DiaShield, which is Seiko's proprietary coating. It's a hard and clear coating that protects the metal from surface scratches. So this Shogun here has that DiaShield, and it's machined out of titanium with just beautiful finish work. Nice applied markers. This one would set you back around $800 or $900, but in my eyes, it's worth it because you get a lot of features for the money. The Sumo, I got to spend a minute and talk about it. I've got the crazy limited Zimby version here, but Seiko does make, the standard stainless steel versions, which in my eyes are the best value buy when you want to spend $500 or less. I mean, the finish work is amazing. And, you got really nice applied markers. It's just a really well-designed watch. Another good one to consider is the SBDC. I've got the 051 here on the screen. This one is based off of Seiko's very first diver design. And, it's modernized. It's scaled up a little bit, but it's a really well-fitting, beautiful watch. It's a good one to consider. If you want to spend, $800, $900, I think it's really nice. Now, I want to talk about these three professional watches. They all carry the Marine Master badge on the dial. and they're really intense watches. This is the Tuna. In my eyes, it's the most iconic Seiko diver here on the table. It's the most toolish too. It's got a specially designed high torque 7C46 quartz movement. It's got the best lume, like I mentioned, and it's just such a cool watch. If you actually dive, I'd say the Tuna is the one that you want to get. It's just, I don't think you can beat it when it comes to practicality. Now the Marine Master. This is what you would consider, or what many consider, the grail of Seiko divers. You know, if you have a Turtle, you have an SKX, you have a Sumo, a lot of times you're eyeing one of these bad boys. And for good reason too. I mean, it's just finished incredibly. And this is the first watch here on the table that carries, that we've talked about so far, that carries a 4 Hertz beat frequency. So it's got a really nice sweep, upgraded components in the movement, you know, MEMS production of the pallet fork and the balance wheel. And by all accounts, just a stunning watch. This will come with a ratcheting extension too, which is just highly practical in my eyes. This one sadly has been discontinued, so I do think that they are going to go up in value in the coming years. So it's a good one to buy if you're, you know, on the fence. Now, the last watch here on the table, this is the SBEX001. This one was graciously lent in by a viewer of the channel. And this represents the very best that you can buy from Seiko before you transition up into the Grand Seiko price tier or line. And it's just crazy. This is an intense 1,000 meter rated diver. It's, you know, again, a Dia Shield Minogue titanium case. Just a total beast. But the nicest mechanical watch here on the table. It's a high beat, very well designed, and just amazing, amazing watch. So there's a watch for you. I mean, there's a great mix here. This is not everything that Seiko has to offer. They have some other ones that are just really great. Here's an SLA, which this is the reissue of the very first watch that Seiko's designed. It would set you back around $3,500. It's very expensive, but it's stunning. And you know, Seiko's coming out some really good stuff this coming year. So I mean, it's just an awesome brand. So hopefully this video has been helpful for you guys. I love the brand. I love what they have to offer. And it's just been really fun to have all of these here on the table. So just as we close, let me answer a couple questions that I get a whole bunch. The first one is, Bruce, I have a Sumo. I really want a Marine Master. Can I be happy with the Sumo, or do I need to buy the Marine Master? I would say, you know, again, the Sumo is a fantastic watch for the price, but when you compare the two, the Marine Master in my eyes is just, it's just amazing. So yes, you do want to save your pennies and get the Marine Master if you can. I don't think you'll regret it. The other one I get a lot is, Bruce, I can wear an SKX, but what other Seiko diver could I wear comfortably? I've got a little bit smaller wrists than you. I would say if you can wear an SKX, you could wear a Marine Master. It's just a little bit taller, a little bit heavier. You could wear a Monster. It's got a really good fit on the wrist with that short lug-to-lug length. I'd even say that you could wear the Tuna, which when you compare the two, despite the 6mm difference, they wear very similarly. So I think you could do the Tuna. You'd be surprised at what you could wear if you could wear the SKX. But yeah, those are a couple questions I get a lot. If you have any specific ones, let me know in the comments or send me an email. I'm more than happy to try and help. Big thanks to everyone who lent in watches. Shout out to Random Rob for lending in the SKX. Shout out to Mimos for lending in the Baby Tuna. And shout out to Future Rust and Dust for lending in the Shogun. Check out his feed on Instagram. It's awesome. And then lastly, thanks to Alan for this beautiful Marine Master 1000 here. Really fortunate to have that to show next to all the other ones. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for sticking with me. I'll catch you in the next video.